Why is it that in the American church, we associate a move of God with how big something is, how much money something is making, or how famous someone is becoming? When I believe that that is God, then I tend to believe that when something is small, unknown, or unprofitable, then it's not God, which by default communicates that I believe God is in the business of capitalism. Two historical ideas I want to present to you. If you know Western history, you know that America was colonized based on the doctrine of discovery, which was the church in Europe saying to the nations of Europe, whatever land you find that are not ruled by Christian rulers, those people are less than human and the lands are yours for the taking. Which, whether we like it or not, over time has bred this idea that whatever city you want to plant a church in that's not ruled by a Christian famous or cool enough for your standard, the people in that city are yours to be conquered and converted, and that land or region is to be taken over by your religion. But make sure that you're in a city that isn't too poor so that those tithes and offerings can be large enough for you to be sustainable. Now, is that a God idea or an American colonized idea that has influenced what we believe about God? I'm just asking. Another key aspect of history, Alexander the Great's influence over the rise of Christianity in the Western world. He carried these ideas of conquering, taking over, building an empire, building a brand or image that is so influential it carries with it power and dominance. That idea over time breeds a desire for mega churches with satellite cities, money, land, influence, and power. Now, if we think critically, is that a God idea? Or was it passed down to us by a powerful military leader that spread Greek culture, inspired loyalty through religion, and popularized the idea of conquest and colonized cities? Which then taught us to associate success with our ability to conquer and make profit. And when profit is the goal by any means necessary, exploitation becomes acceptable, taking advantage of people becomes acceptable, and doing things for personal gain and ego become acceptable, which does not look or sound like the way of Jesus to me. It's a lot easier to just go with the flow than it is to interrogate our belief systems and our participation in things that harm the people and world around us. In the words of Indigenous author Caitlin Curtis, the complexities of this are not lost on me, but it's because of the complexity that we have to be dedicated to the conversation. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but I am certain the way of Jesus does not look like the way of Alexander the Great or the doctrine of discovery. So is God a movement of capitalism, or have we made capitalism God?